DeepSeek is free too. I use some of them free. We pay for some of them. They're all great. And honestly, just as an experiment, I went from the free to the paid version of Claude, and then I just tried out the cancellation process. It took 1 second. There were no games. They didn't tell me I had to wait a year. I was not threatened. There were no issues. I just was able to downgrade to free and then go right back. That's the way we want it, folks. We forget that the last S in SaaS is a service. This is supposed to be a service and not an endless sort of games to prop up NRR in stressful times. And it's tough. Even some of the SaaS leaders we look up to the most are playing games around this, around buying, around what I'm buying, around leaving, around data that years ago they didn't play. They didn't play. Slack and Zoom never raised prices for years. Slack was disruptive in the early days because it implemented what it called the fair billing policy. And if you didn't use seats, they didn't charge you for them. And I remember thinking that was crazy at the first SaaStr annual and asking Stuart Butterfield about it. He said, yeah, this is the way we have to do things today. We have to be super customer-centric. And I think for a while we got there. And then when SaaS got harder the last couple of years for many, even if growth was there, it got harder. We stopped those fair billing policies. We kept billing for seats folks weren't using it. We made it harder to leave, and we're back. And it's so tough now that honestly, I'm scared to buy. And it was interesting that Xylo, which is one of the vendors that helps you manage SaaS costs, and vendors reported that the average number of SaaS vendors is down. It's down. And I think there's a number of reasons, but it's not because spend is down. According to Gartner, spend on SaaS is up 20%. And you can see us buying all these cool AI tools that do things we couldn't do before, that are creating this video, that are writing up SaaStr posts, that are doing our clips. We could never do those things before, and we're paying for them gladly. But beyond that, we're trying to standardize on the platforms we already use because it's just stressful to add a new vendor. If we're already using HubSpot, if we're already using Salesforce, we're all asking ourselves, can we just do it in the apps we already have? So make it easier.